Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Now this is a very common question that everyone always asks me, and the question is, how do I quote? Now quoting is honestly not as complicated as people make it seem. The main thing you want to remember is profit. Okay, so if you quote someone $150 and it costs you $100 to do the cleaning and cover all your expenses, then you've made a profit of $50. So that is profit. Okay, that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you're profiting. If you quote someone $150 and it costs you $150 to do the clean and cover your expenses, then you haven't made a profit. It's not a plus. It's you break even. So you haven't made a profit. Okay. If you quote someone $150 and it costs you $200 to do the clean and cover your expenses, then you've made a loss. And this is what you want to avoid. You don't want to make a loss or a break even. You want to avoid these. You want to make profit. Okay, I'm gonna make this green so you know. You want to make sure that it's plus. Okay. Now, in terms of how to quote, I can't tell you how to quote. It's your business. You have to decide how much you want to charge and how much profit you actually want to make. But I will say, when it comes to quoting, you want to be fair. You want to be balanced. You don't want to be charging clients like excessively. Like if it's a 3-bedroom house, you don't want to charge a client, $500 just to do a 3-bedroom house. That doesn't make sense, and most clients won't even accept it. So you have to balance the pricing. You can't charge too low. You can't charge too, because if you charge too low, you make a loss or break even. But if you charge too high, then you probably won't get any clients. So you want to make sure balanced. Make sure when you're quoting, it's balanced. Very, very, very important. Okay. Now I'm going to go through some examples on hourly and fixed. So hourly is basically, as it sounds, hourly. So if you're paying a cleaner, let's say 30 per hour, then you can pretty much quote anything above, let's say 50 per hour. That's profit. So let's say it's a 2-hour job. So the expense is 2 times 30, which is $60. That's the expense. So if you're charging hourly, then it's 2 times 50, which is 100. So altogether, it's 100 minus 60, which is $40 profit. Now, obviously, there are other expenses like software, tax. I won't go into all the expenses, but that's not the full picture. But just from the cleaning, just from the service itself, that is the profit that you would see. Okay. Now, an example of a fixed quote would be something like, let's say you're paying your cleaner $30 per hour again, and the job takes about 2 hours. So it costs $60, but you give them a fixed quote. So you don't give them hourly. You just say, this is going to cost you $100. Okay. You don't tell them it's hourly. You just say, based on the details you've given me, this will cost about $100. Okay. So the profit is 100 minus 60, which is 40. So that's a profit. Okay. Now with a subcontractor, you don't have to worry about hourly, because subcontractors usually just charge the same way you charge clients, as fixed rates. So let's say the subcontractor says the job is gonna cost them $60 job. You just charge a client more than $60. So you charge them $100 again, and same thing. So that's how you do it. Okay, so that's fixed. That's if you are using subcontractors, you would just get them a rate. So it could be, they could say this is going to cost 100, and then you charge a client 200. Simple as that. Okay, if it's fixed, then you obviously have to calculate, estimate approximately how many hours, and then you give a fixed quote. If it's hourly, once again, you don't have to really worry about estimating the time. You just tell them it's this per hour, 50 per hour, maybe 55 per hour. You can choose whatever you want to charge. Okay, so I hope this helps.